Elizabeth Perkins, there you are, as I live and breathe.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm so honored to get to talk with you.
Thank
Uh,
you.
it's been many years since we sat down and
Oh,
chatted, and I am again such a huge fan of yours. I
and
think
you
you're.
look great. Can I just say that? You look great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You look wonderful too.
Thank
Let's
you.
get together for a cup of coffee.
Let's do it.
Uh, your role in the Doctor. Everybody's going to talk about Big, but your role in the Doctor was just such a methodically perfect role.
Well, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. A lot of people didn't see that movie, and it was an amazing experience for me.
What a cast too. It just
Mm,
a beautiful, beautiful film.
thank you
Now
for
we're
that.
talking about a comedy, and do you love comedy more than drama, or is it all
I
the same?
do. I love comedy. I love going to work and laughing. I love people that are writing comedy, acting comedy, producing comedy. Not to say I don't like drama, I just have more fun when I'm doing comedy. And particularly with a cast like this on Minx, because there were no divas. Everybody was just like, let's go have a really good time. And that doesn't happen very often. So it was like a dream come true. It was fantastic.
It seems you have casts like that when a lot of them have come up through live theater, where they understand, I think, how the intricacies of acting works.
Well, how
Where
to
you,
carry a scene. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, how to sort of, oh, I understand this has a beginning, a middle, and an end. I know point A to point B to point C. And that's really helpful when you're working with people that are that, solid in their work.
tell me a little bit about Constance and why you took the role.
Well, I loved the first season of Minx. I loved the era. I loved the examination of feminism. I loved the rise of pornography that happened in the Valley in Pasadena in the 70s, the music scene, Laurel Canyon, all of it. It's just such a great exploration, and to be living and working in Los Angeles, I mean, that's just great. And I loved the relationships between the people in the bullpen in the first season. So when they asked me to play Constance, I was like, yeah, I'd just come in and serve coffee if that's what you guys want, because I love y'all so much. And she's just sort of this wealthy, weird, eccentric titan who thinks she's just going to come in and rescue this little magazine, and then has, the entrepreneur in her kind of can't help itself but say, oh, we're going global.
Mm.
And how that creates conflict, or how that excites some people and doesn't excite others. And either way, she's going to take charge.
I'm glad you mentioned the era for this because that's one of my favorite. I mean, I lived up there, and
Right.
there was this wonderful restaurant called Magoo's. It was a pizza house, and all these performers. It was on Sunset Boulevard,
Where
where
was it on Sunset? Oh my
it's
God.
it's where I think the
Goose.
oh my God, House of Rock is now,
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah,
and
yeah.
they would go and perform,
Yeah.
and you'd hear Peter, Paul, and Mary, and
Right.
it was such a magical time, and it takes me back. That Minx takes me back to that and that wonderful feeling of freedom.
Yeah, and we have a lot of characters from the 70s in this season as well. We have like, Carl Sagan and Annie Leibovitz, and it's just great to really examine those people and what that lifestyle was like during that time. And for a lot of us, it's very nostalgic.
Yeah, it is, and it's a beautifully written series.
Yeah,
What do
I
you think?
agree.
What do you think audiences are going to take away from watching this new season of Minx?
Well, first of all, it's really fun. And this season, because Constance is like determined to like widen this whole thing out, we visit a lot of Los Angeles landmarks. There's great bands from the 70s that come into play. There's an opening of Deep Throat, which was a big deal at the time
I
in Los
remember.
Angeles, where the first, porno film went mainstream. So that we visit a lot of places in Los Angeles that the diehard fans of LA in the 70s are going to really appreciate.
Well, that's my time when I grew up there, and
Oh, you're
I
gonna
was
love
a
it then.
I was an 18-year-old kid in the 70s.
Right,
It was
right.
such
Yeah,
fun.
I was, yeah, exactly. I mean, I grew up in
Uh,
the 70s, so.
it breaks my heart. I have to say goodbye to you, and
I know, it's too short.
it's too short. I'll reach
Always.
out on social media and hopefully we'll.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth Ann
Nice to talk
Perkins.
to you.
Bye bye.